So good day, class. So let's continue our lecture with fixation. So wait lang. So we have different preparations for formalin. You have your 10% formalin, 10% formalin, of course, um, your 10% neutral buffered formalin, which preserves the widest range of tissue structures. You also have your formal sublimate, calcium acetate formalin, and so on. No, so different concentrations of formalin are being used with these different solutions. So other aldehyde fixative, you have your glutyraldehyde. This is a 2-formaldehyde residues that is linked by 3 carbon chains. So basically, it follows still no the cross-linking, which has an effect in your immunohistochemical staining. So it also provides excellent ultrastructural preservation. Hence, diba, as mentioned, it is the primary fixative use for your electron microscopy. Then it has also its secondary stain, but still EM. So you would use osmium tetroxide. So your glutyraldehyde penetrates very slowly, so tissue must be less than 1 millimeter in thickness. Fixation time is 30 minutes for small specimen and 2 hours for thicker specimens. So you have concentration 2.5 for small tissue fragments and needle biopsies, and I think 4 ang isang concentration for um, bigger specimens and thicker specimens. You also have your acrylane, your acrylic aldehyde. So basically, this penetrates rapidly and also extremely rapid. So this is used for enzyme histochemistry and plant fixation. So this is a powerful lacrimatory agent. Also magluha-luha agad mo. It is unstable at an alkaline pH and it readily forms your polymers. You also have your diformyl or your glyoxal, also a rapid fixative, 45 minutes for small and 46 hours for surgical specimens. So this is a major ingredient in fixative that uses microwave or heat. It is less hazardous, non-carcinogenic, biodegradable, and no vapor at room temperature. So let's proceed with your metallic fixative. So mercury chloride, this is the most common metallic fixative. So usually we use 5 to 7% of your mercury chloride. This is used for tissue photograph, for bacterial and rickettsial specimens, DNA in an aniline dye. However, this produces black or brown precipitate. So basically, these are its precipitates, no, your mercury chloride. So these precipitates can be removed by zero point 0.5 iodine solution in 70% ethanol for 5 to 10 minutes, and then you rinse with water, decolorize for 5 minutes in 5% sodium thiosulfate, and then wash again with running water. So another solution for your mercury chloride is Rhodines. So this is used for your fecal smear and most useful for making smears of loose cells. You also have your Heidenhain Sousa, an excellent cytologic fixative used in tumor biopsies, skin biopsies. And after using, tissue should be transferred directly to a high-grade alcohol to avoid swelling. Another is your Sankar solution. These are used in small pieces of blood specimens. Also, viral inclusions in your Negri bodies, no, in your rabies. Also, your four trichome, excuse, for trichome staining. You should add your glacial acetic acid before use to prevent turbidity and formation of your dark precipitate, since this is also metallic fixative. Your Henleys or your Zenker's formol. This is a secondary fixative after your formalin. So this is used in microanatomic fixative, in bone marrow, spleen, liver, integrated disc, pituitary gland specimens. However, this causes your RBC lysis that would produce brown pigment. So you should immerse in saturated picric acid or in sodium hydroxide, no? Para mawala ang brown pigment. Also, your B5 solution. This is used for your bone marrow biopsies, for your hematopoietic and lymphoid tissue. And before using, you should add 1 cc of 40% formaldehyde to 10 cc of B5. B5 na siya. Another are your chromates and chromic acid. So basically, this favors sustaining with acid dyes. No? So Concentration here is 1 to 2% chromic acid. However, it precipitates proteins and good for carbohydrates. You also have your potassium dichromate, which is used for lipid and mitochondria. And then it is carcinogenic, corrosive to skin and mucous membrane. So you should take note that these two strong oxidizing agents should be mixed with formalin, your chromic acid, and your potassium dichromate. Now there is your other solution, 2.5% of your potassium dichromate and 40% formalin. Fixation time is 36 to 72 hours. Again, for rickettsial and bacterial specimens, also for myelin sheath, and it is used to study early degenerative processes and tissue necrosis. You also have your Muller's or Rigaud's, 3% potassium dichromate plus 40% na formalin. So gamay laman niya is 3% as compared to your odds na 2.5. So fixation time is 12 to 48. Used for organelles, RBCs, tissues with colloid chromatin, Golgi bodies, mitochondria, and your thyroid specimens. For your lead, so usual concentration is 4% lead acetate, used for your mucin, acid polysaccharides, and your Wharton's jelly. Your picric acid fixatives, this is used also as a chemical fixative. However, they produces yellow precipitates, but you can treat it with 70% ethanol, then 5% sodium thiosulfate, and then running water. Also used for your nucleoproteins that are best for your embryos and organelles. However, they are explosive when dry, so you should keep it moist with water or 0 to 1% saturated alcohol during storage. So 1% picric acid, one preparation here. Another is bovins, which is a picric acid plus your formaldehyde plus your glacial acetic acid, which is ang fixation time is 6 to 24. Used for embryos, biopsies, pituitary biopsies, and your endometrial carotenes. So, you don't need to wash out the dough for your bovins. Next is your Brazils. This is a combination of your picric acid, formalin, ethanol, and trichloroacetic acid. So this is better and less messes compared to your bovins and excellent fixative for your glycogen. Next are alcohol fixatives. Advantage, no, it is used for your glycogen, pigments, blood tissue films, and your smears. It denaturates and precipitates protein. The usual concentration is 70 to 100% to avoid cell lysis. However, you can use 80% alcohol to preserve the color of specimen for photographs. So your alcohol can be used as both fixative and a dehydrating agent. Disadvantage is that it dissolves your fats and lipids. Hence, it is contraindicated when lipids are being being studied. Prolonged fixation also would lead to um, tissue shrinkage, which is difficult to cut. No, so shrinks of course because it is a dehydrant. No, so magawas yun ang water sa cell, hence it would shrink. Eventually. So different preparations, you have your isopropyl 95% used for touch preparation and those that will use right gem sustain. Touch preparation, usually mura lang nimo ginaki sa specimen um, sa glass slide. And then pag madry, you can use your alcohol fixative. Methanol, 100% for blood, bone marrow, wet and dry smears. However, it has a slow penetration. Ethanol 70 to 100% fixation time is 18 to 24 hours. Also used for blood, tissue films, and smears. Also in histochemical studies for enzymes. You also have your carnoids, which is a combination of your alcohol, chloroform, and your glacial acetic acid. It fixes chromosomes, lymph glands, and urgent biopsies, used for urgent biopsies. Also brain tissue for rabies diagnosis, and considered to be the most rapid fixative. Blenders, which is a combination of alcohol and formalin for sputum and glycogen, and newcomers, the fixation time of 12 to 18 hours, used for your mucopolysaccharidosis and mucopolysaccharides and your nuclear proteins. Other fixatives, you have your osmum tetoxide. This produces it stains your fats with black, no? Strong oxidizing agent fixes your conjugated fats, lipids, and myelin sheath. So this picture is an example of your osmium tetroxide after fixation. Fluoride glacial acetic acid for studying of nuclear components, not good for cytoplasmic, and it solidifies at 17 degrees Celsius. Also, heat is considered to be a fixative, no, through thermal coagulation. And you also have your acetone, also used for your fixation of your brain for reduced diagnosis. Secondary fixation, the purpose is to facilitate and improve the demonstration of a particular substance. It also makes special staining techniques possible and ensure further and complete hardening and preservation of tissues. For example, in Mason's trichrome, the primary fixative is your 10% neutral bar for formalin, and the second fixative is your Zenker's solution. Post chromatization, so you are using here a 3% potassium dichromate. No, so before processing, ano sa mo siya sa potassium dichromate for 6 to 8 days, and after it's 12 to 24 hours. This is and then followed by washing in running water. No, so this is used for your mitochondrial and myelin demonstration. So post fixation, you can soften it with 4% phenol for 3 to 4 days for better cutting of your tumor sections. So just go through this, your post-fixation treatments. For example, Zenker, Helis, and chromatography agent. You can thoroughly wash it with your water. So to remove your chromic acid that may form insoluble precipitates, as well as to remove your mercuric pigments. Remember that you should examine gross tissue before it is placed in a fixative because the natural tissue color and appearance are altered even short periods of fixations. So tissues can be cut and trimmed without prior fixation, except for the brain. So, gusto na to akong ano. So basically, guys, for histopath, this is more on memorization. So you just understand the principles behind the different processes, and then ang atong mga agents sa kadaghan nila just pick no kung kinsa man tong unique sa iya nga agent kay mo na most probably ang manggawas exam. So that's all for fixation. So we'll in next meeting we will um review the 3 lectures na face to face. So that's all. Thank you.